Alaska State Troopers, Season 9, Episode 5, No Way Out, Detailed Summary. The fifth episode of Alaska State Troopers Season 9, titled No Way Out, follows Alaska's law enforcement officers through another demanding series of missions that test their patience, tactical judgment, and ability to adapt to one of the most unforgiving environments in North America. Across thousands of square miles of mountains, forests, rivers, and isolated highways, Alaska State Troopers respond to emergencies where backup may be hours away, and every encounter has the potential to become life-threatening. This episode centers on three major operations: a dangerous foot pursuit after a suspect flees into dense woodland, the capture of a wanted fugitive who has repeatedly avoided arrest, and an extensive wilderness rescue involving stranded kayakers caught in Alaska's unpredictable backcountry. Together, these stories highlight that the work of an Alaska State Trooper extends far beyond ordinary policing, combining criminal investigations, tactical operations, and life-saving search and rescue missions into a single shift. The episode begins during an ordinary patrol in the Matanuska-Susitna region, where troopers receive information about a suspicious individual believed to be connected to multiple criminal offenses. Witnesses report that the suspect has recently been seen driving through several neighborhoods and may have outstanding warrants. Because the individual has a history of resisting law enforcement, dispatch immediately notifies nearby patrol units to remain alert while investigators work to confirm the suspect's identity. Before attempting any arrest, officers carefully coordinate their approach. Rather than rushing into a confrontation that could unnecessarily endanger the public, troopers quietly monitor the suspect's movements while confirming vehicle registration records and reviewing information associated with existing warrants. Supervisors remind responding officers that patience often produces the safest outcome, especially in rural Alaska where suspects frequently attempt to escape into nearby wilderness. Eventually, one patrol unit spots the suspect near a wooded area just outside a residential neighborhood. As emergency lights activate and officers identify themselves, the suspect immediately abandons the vehicle and sprints toward the tree line. Troopers quickly exit their patrol vehicles and begin pursuing on foot while repeatedly ordering the individual to stop. Ignoring every command, the suspect disappears into thick forest, forcing officers into one of the most difficult types of law enforcement operations: tracking a fleeing individual through Alaska's dense wilderness. The pursuit quickly becomes complicated by the terrain. Fallen trees, muddy trails, thick underbrush, and uneven ground reduce visibility while creating countless hiding places. Rather than chasing recklessly, troopers establish a coordinated search plan. Some officers continue tracking fresh footprints while others move into positions designed to block likely escape routes. Constant radio communication ensures every responding unit understands where the suspect was last seen and prevents officers from accidentally crossing into one another's search areas. As the search continues, investigators discover broken branches, disturbed vegetation, and fresh shoe prints leading deeper into the forest. Experienced troopers recognize these subtle clues immediately. Years of operating in Alaska's wilderness have taught them how quickly suspects become exhausted when attempting to outrun officers through rough terrain. Instead of allowing adrenaline to dictate their actions, officers slowly reduce the search area while maintaining tactical awareness in case the suspect attempts an ambush. After an extended search, one trooper notices movement beneath dense brush near a fallen tree. Officers quietly surround the location before issuing loud verbal commands ordering the suspect to reveal his hands. For several tense seconds, there is no response. Finally, realizing there is no practical escape route remaining, the suspect crawls from the hiding place and surrenders peacefully. Troopers secure the individual without injury before escorting him back through the woods to waiting patrol vehicles. The successful arrest concludes a dangerous pursuit without requiring force beyond standard arrest procedures. Following the arrest, investigators conduct a careful search of the suspect and surrounding area. Officers recover evidence believed to be relevant to the ongoing investigation while confirming the outstanding warrants that initially prompted the attempted traffic stop. Troopers explained that many pursuits in Alaska end in forests rather than crowded city streets because suspects often believe they can disappear into the state's enormous wilderness. However, experienced officers understand the terrain just as well, making successful escapes increasingly difficult. The documentary then shifts to another investigation involving a wanted fugitive who has repeatedly avoided law enforcement. Detectives have spent weeks collecting information regarding the suspect's location through interviews, surveillance, and cooperation with other agencies. The individual is considered a priority because previous attempts to arrest him have failed after he fled before officers could establish a secure perimeter. Before launching the operation, supervisors conduct a detailed briefing covering the suspect's criminal history, known associates, and possible escape routes. Officers carefully review aerial photographs and maps of the property where the fugitive is believed to be staying. Every participant understands that thorough planning dramatically reduces unnecessary risks once the arrest begins. Surveillance teams quietly position themselves around the residence during the early morning hours. Patrol units monitor nearby roads while detectives observe entrances and exits using unmarked vehicles. For some time, nothing appears unusual. Then officers notice movement inside the residence, confirming the suspect is likely present. Commanders decide conditions are favorable to proceed. Officers approach the property, loudly identifying themselves as Alaska State Troopers and instructing the suspect to come outside peacefully. Instead of surrendering immediately, the fugitive hesitates before attempting to leave through another exit. Waiting officers quickly intercept the escape attempt, preventing a lengthy pursuit from developing. Although the suspect initially resists being handcuffed, coordinated teamwork allows troopers to complete the arrest safely within moments. Investigators later explain that successful fugitive apprehensions depend far more upon preparation than dramatic action. Weeks of surveillance, intelligence gathering, and cooperation between patrol officers and detectives often culminate in only a few minutes of direct police contact. Removing wanted offenders from Alaska's communities helps reduce future criminal activity while ensuring individuals answer outstanding charges before the courts. The episode's final major story demonstrates another side of the Alaska State Troopers' responsibilities. Dispatch receives an emergency call reporting that several kayakers have become stranded deep within Alaska's wilderness after deteriorating weather. Conditions make it impossible for them to safely continue their journey. The group reportedly attempted to navigate a remote waterway before unexpectedly encountering dangerous currents and rapidly changing conditions. With limited supplies and no immediate way to reach safety, the stranded individuals require urgent assistance. Unlike conventional police responses, this mission immediately becomes a large-scale search and rescue operation. Troopers coordinate with aviation units and emergency responders while gathering detailed information regarding the kayakers' last known location. Maps, satellite imagery, and witness statements help narrow the enormous search area. Because daylight and weather conditions can change rapidly, every minute becomes increasingly important. Rescue teams prepare specialized equipment suitable for Alaska's rugged environment. Officers understand that remote waterways present multiple hazards including cold water, swift currents, submerged obstacles, and sudden weather changes. Helicopter crews remain on standby while ground teams position themselves at likely access points along the river. As the search begins, rescuers systematically follow the kayakers' planned route. Pilots scan riverbanks from above while officers on the ground inspect campsites, gravel bars, and narrow channels where stranded paddlers might seek shelter. Communication between every responding agency remains constant as each team reports observations and updates the search area. After several anxious hours, an aerial crew spots signs of human activity along a remote section of the river. Bright-colored kayaks become visible beside a narrow gravel shoreline where the stranded group has established a temporary camp. Rescue personnel quickly confirm that everyone is alive, though several individuals show signs of fatigue and mild exposure after spending extended time in difficult conditions. Because changing river conditions make self-rescue impossible, troopers organize an evacuation using specialized rescue resources. Medical personnel first assess each kayaker for injuries before providing food, water, and warm clothing. Although exhausted, the stranded group remains in good spirits and expresses gratitude toward the rescuers whose rapid response prevented the situation from becoming far more dangerous. Officers later explained that Alaska's wilderness can become deadly with very little warning. Rivers that appear calm during the morning may become hazardous within hours because of rainfall, glacier melt, or changing weather patterns. Even experienced outdoor enthusiasts can unexpectedly find themselves trapped far from assistance. Search and rescue missions therefore represent a significant portion of the Alaska State Troopers' responsibilities alongside criminal investigations and routine patrol duties. Throughout the episode, viewers witness the remarkable versatility required of Alaska law enforcement officers. During a single shift, troopers transition from pursuing fleeing suspects through forests to executing carefully planned fugitive arrests, to rescuing civilians stranded deep in remote wilderness. Few law enforcement agencies anywhere in the world face such an extraordinary combination of responsibilities spread across such immense distances. The documentary also emphasizes the importance of teamwork. Dispatchers, investigators, patrol troopers, aviation crews, emergency medical personnel, and local volunteers each contribute specialized skills during every operation. In Alaska, where geography often creates significant logistical obstacles, cooperation between agencies frequently determines whether a mission ends successfully. As the episode concludes, all three operations reach successful outcomes. The suspect who fled into the woods is safely apprehended after an extensive foot search. A wanted fugitive is taken into custody following weeks of investigative work and careful planning. Most importantly, the stranded kayakers are rescued before exposure and worsening weather transform an already dangerous situation into a tragedy. Together, these incidents reinforce the central message of no way out. Alaska offers few second chances to either criminals or adventurers. Whether chasing suspects through dense forests or rescuing civilians trapped deep in the wilderness, Alaska State Troopers must combine tactical expertise, patience, and determination every day while protecting communities spread across one of the most challenging landscapes in the world.